Hey everybody, Goosebumps are Dummies here, back at it again with another video. And today I wanted to start off October's book reviews with the worst possible choice, Secret Agent Grandma! Huh. Yeah, this book is notorious for being one of the, by looks, because not a lot of people have really read this one, just judging the book by its cover, is really stupid. And I agree, it is a stupid looking book. You have this alien coming out of this shell of a grandma, with this extremely odd color scheme. I mean, I don't know what to think of it. It doesn't blend great, but it doesn't look terrible. As well as, well, the title, Secret Agent Grandma. This does not sound like a Goosebumps story, not even a GYG. And yeah, it's kind of notorious for that. And yeah, this is the worst pick I could have done for October to start off with my book reviews. And that's exactly what I'm doing, because it's so dumb and random. So yeah, Secret Agent Grandma review, we're doing it now. And I've got to say, for as weird as it looks, it is a typical GYG. It is not absolutely bonkers wild out there for a GYG, though it has its, qualities. I'll tell you that much. It is a little crazy, of course. It is a GYG. What do you expect? It is a little nuts. But, yeah, it's not so nuts like you'd expect. And it is actually not actually that bad. So, let's get to my review. And now for the blurb. Will the real grandma please stay alive? Your parents are going away, so your super cool grandma is coming to stay with you. But when you go meet Granny at the train station, you start seeing double grannies. There's one granny on the station platform, and another one writing in lipstick on the window of the train. Which one is your real grandma? If you think she's on the platform, you find yourself face to face with a hideous monster. If you decide to jump on the train, you are surrounded by a group of angry aliens out to take over the world. The choice is yours in this scary Goosebumps adventure that's packed with over 20 super spooky endings. So, Secret Agent's Grandma. It's actually pretty good. It's actually a little above average for the GYG, dare I say. It's not bad at all, honestly. Well, there are bad qualities. There's something I really don't like in here, but it doesn't deduct a lot. But, yeah, this book ain't bad at all. In fact, I really enjoyed my time with it, and I thought it was a nice story. But, to be fair, I am biased because it might involve aliens. And y'all know me, I love my aliens and Goosebumps. Hence why Egg Monsters is one of my favorite books of all time. So yeah, let's get to my upsides. The first and most prominent upside in this book is the fact that most endings in this book are actually above average, and I really enjoyed most of them. Whilst there are some I don't like, okay, so later, endings in this book, above average. They're really, really good. Not a lot to be said past that. It's just like, damn, alright, we got some high quality endings. That's what I really look for in these, because it's, well, it's advertised. It's advertised in every book. 20 super spooky endings or more. Good endings. Above average endings, actually. Specifically the ones involving aliens. Because you know me. And speaking of that, aliens! That's one of the reasons I would rate this book the way I do when we get to that. Because, well, the alien involvement in this book is, like, exactly what I'm looking for. It is, potential egg involving thing, or something of that nature. Let's just say little aliens are coming. And I just really enjoyed everything involving that storyline, which was at the house. And that was my preferred storyline, even though the other one has some really cool qualities, which you get to in a second. I really enjoyed the alien storyline. It was, like, just right up my alley. Not quite amazing, but really good. In fact, I highly recommend that if you're into aliens. Yeah, that was a fun storyline. I really liked all of the neat little things happening there. Even if some of them don't go very far. There was even, like, a tiny storyline involving, like, an agent that isn't your grandma, because your grandma in that storyline is evil as hell. It was still a very solid storyline. Now the other storyline, it's a little different. In fact, it is one of the most different storylines I've ever seen in a GYG, honestly, ever. It takes place on a train. Yeah, that is huge props. Alright, I don't look for this avidly, like, I'm not searching every book for, like, a unique setting, but when it happens, I notice it. And I've never seen a story of Goosebumps that heavily takes place on a train, and whoop-de-doo, like, at least 10 endings of this book are part of the train storyline. Yeah. That's basically a whole storyline of the train. It is literal arc, too. Yeah, we have a storyline that takes place on a train. We have a train Goosebumps story right here, mixed with aliens. It's fucking wild. But yeah, the train setting is highly unique, and I can give this book some cool points for that. And yeah, the train ending storyline, sorry, your grandma's actually a secret agent, and it's kind of reversed. There's aliens on the train. And yeah, there's a lot more alien goodness in that storyline as well. It's a very fun storyline. The whole book is pretty darn fun, and that's another thing. It's really entertaining overall. It's a entertaining read, which is what you're trying to get out of these UIGs, which you don't always get, sadly, but you usually get entertainment. Dr. Eek is not entertainment. Yeah, this book does what it does. It is above average in a lot of ways, but it has some minor downsides. The smallest thing I can just give a nitpick about before we get into my big issue is train storyline wasn't very interesting. Maybe it's because I've already had my alien dose after I've read the first storyline, which I read first, the house one. I don't know, but that one wasn't the most interesting storyline in the world. And in fact, whilst I did enjoy it, especially the endings, it was just like, it's okay, here's the thing that I should probably point out. If y'all ever see me review an action movie at some point for whatever reason, I don't know, like, not Terminator, but like, just straight action, like Red Notice, I don't like action when it's like over and over and over again, and that storyline kind of does it. It's like, it's beating a dead horse. That's probably just a me thing, of course. Just all I like aliens. I don't really like action when it's just over and over. Yeah, that storyline is like, well, secret agents fighting aliens. What do you expect? It's going to be very action-packed. And yeah, it's just not very interesting. But, besides that, deduct like 0.5. Definitely not a perfect story. We have some terrible endings. So, whilst there are above average endings throughout most of the book, there are terrible endings. There's some horrible ones. This book took a long time to read, only because I started it and I didn't pick it up for like 4 days because I got a horrible, absolutely terrible ending straight off the bat. It was so bad. Yeah, it's the first ending you can get in the book, actually. If you take the house storyline, it is the very first ending you can get. You can get it like 3 pages into this book, and it's horrible. It's fucking awful. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it fucking involves garbage. Fuck that. Fuck that story ending. Sorry. Story's good. Ending terrible. And, there's also some other really really dog shit endings. Some in the house storyline. Remember one involving some neighbors. Say that much. Or maybe the friend's parents. And there's also train storyline, which obviously I don't prefer that one because it had the weaker endings. Yeah, I actually ended it off on one of the worst endings as well. So might make this a little less appealing because I ended and started on horrible endings, but I don't know. Yeah. Pretty bad endings here. In fact, it's below average endings. Yeah, they're rough. But there are a lot more above average endings that are really good. Alright, now let's get to my rating. I give this book a strong 7.5 out of 10, probably a very high 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, it's above average. And whilst it has the shit endings and the kind of, rinse and repeat train storyline with all the action and same shit over and over again, it's a fun time. It's entertaining. It has some great qualities like the alien nonsense. There's some great stuff with that, and great endings all throughout, for the most part, of course. And yeah, there's also some nice characters. I think the friend characters are decent here. I think your girl, secret agent grandma or boy, I don't know what the gender of the alien is in the house storyline, they're amazing. Great kind of villain, kind of not, they vary, storyline. And yeah, it's a fun time. Don't know what more you could ask for. Secret agent grandma, 7.5 out of 10. yeah, we have reviewed, like, the chicken of the GYG series. Not that it's horribly rated, it's just, like, nobody likes the look of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Tell me what you think of Secret Ancient Grandma below if you have read it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Huge, giant nuts.